There have been plenty of music feuds in history, and we're not going to lie, we do enjoy watching them happen. Not only does it give us some amazing diss tracks, but it's also really entertaining, and if it's really good, it ends up becoming a pop culture moment. Today, we'll be talking about Cardi B and City Girls JT's recent beef, as well as the biggest feuds in music that are unforgettable. Let's dive in. First up, Cardi B and City Girls JT beef goes viral on Twitter. Cardi B is no stranger to drama, and yet again she's making headlines as she's having a back and forth with the City Girls star on Twitter. It all began when JT gave a shout out to Glorilla for her song Tomorrow 2 featuring Cardi, which debuted at number 9 on the Billboard Hot 100. While this was Glow's first top 10 hit and Cardi's 11th, JT didn't mention Cardi in her shout out. Of course, fans were quick to call out the 29-year-old rapper, to which she replied that she hadn't mentioned Cardi because the tweet was too long, and the Bodak Yellow rapper is no stranger to top 10s, so she had been congratulating Cardi for years now. JT pointed out that this was Glow's first one and she wanted it to be her moment. However, this just ended up triggering Cardi. She randomly tweeted lapdog, after which JT posted that the up musician is a bully. She replied to the City Girls star only a few moments later, calling her a wiener dog and told her to go fetch. Up next, JT calls out Cardi B. Looks like that was the last straw for the Good Love rapper, as she started to respond directly to Cardi's posts. She told the WAP artist to go fetch real talent and accused Cardi of putting on a show for people. The mother of two had an issue with JT talking about their issues in public and stated that the two women had been speaking to one another just fine in the DMs, but now she's throwing shots at Cardi on the timeline by calling her a bully and a wiener. She also called JT out for talking about talent when she helped her write songs, but she didn't stop there. She went on to say that she isn't going to keep talking about it on the timeline and she'll take it to the DMs. Seems like JT wasn't having any of that, though, because she replied that she wasn't impressed by what the I Like It rapper was doing and wasn't going to let this slide easily. Cardi has still not replied, and we can guess that the ladies have solved it in their DMs. Or maybe another Twitter feud is due. Who can really tell with these musicians? Now let's take a look at the biggest feuds in music that we'll never forget, starting off with Michael Jackson and Prince. What happens when two of music's biggest entertainers feud? Loads of drama, of course. Back in 1982, Jackson's Thriller album outsold Prince's album called 1999. It was reported that the Purple one then followed up with Purple Rain, and apparently the Billie Jean singer attended several of Prince's shows to study his competition on tour. Later, Michael asked the When Doves Cry singer to join him on the recording of We Are the World in 1985, but he refused. MJ then asked if the musician would be interested in doing a duet and appearing in the music video for Bad, but that offer was also declined. He later told MTV that he was supposed to be the Wesley Snipes character. will.i.am, a mutual friend of the two, tried to make peace between the two in 2006, but to no avail. MJ called his rival a meanie for playing an aggressive guitar solo in his face. Coming up, Kanye West and Jay-Z. Jay-Z and Kanye West were known in the industry for being best friends and also producing some of the most iconic rap duo songs in history. While the two did have their ups and downs, after the success of their studio album Watch the Throne in 2011 and then going forward to the tour in 2012, it seemed like their friendship was cemented, but things started going downhill in 2016 when tensions between the two rappers started rising, and West then went on his infamous stage rant about Jay and his family not visiting him and his wife at that time, Kim Kardashian's, following her Paris robbery. The Empire State of Mind musician thought Ye had gone too far bringing his wife Beyonce and their daughter Blue Ivy into this, and went on to call out the stronger rapper's erratic behavior in his album 444. It was alleged that West had also gotten into a financial dispute with Jay's streaming service Tidal. Next up, Katy Perry and Taylor Swift. While the two were friendly before 2013, their feud started when some of her dancers left her Red Tour for Katy's Prism Tour instead, and in true T-Swift fashion, she ended up writing a song about it. Perry replied by calling the Love Story singer a Regina George in sheep's clothing. She then released her single Swish Swish, which according to many was her throwing shade at the 32-year-old singer, but Katy denied it. However, the song did feature Nicki Minaj, who everyone knows isn't the biggest fan of Taylor. On an episode of Carpool Karaoke, Katy mentioned the feud and stated that since Swift had started it, she needed to finish it. She even stated that she has tried to talk to the You Belong With Me singer plenty of times, but all to no avail. Eventually, Perry extended an olive branch towards Swift, and apparently now there's no bad blood anymore. Next up, Paul McCartney and John Lennon. It has always been said that John Lennon's widow, Yoko Ono, was the reason the Beatles split up, but in 2013, Paul McCartney stated that wasn't the case. He explained that while Ono did bring out a new side to the imagined singer, he had already decided he was going to leave the band and his wife had nothing to do with it. But back in 1971, John stated that he was not on good terms with McCartney, and in an interview with Rolling Stone, revealed that all of the members were sick of getting sidelined by Paul. The two continued exchanging jabs at one another through their music until the mid-70s when they finally visited each other and reportedly buried the hatchet. Now let's talk about Jay-Z and Nas. Kanye isn't the only rapper Jay has beef with. He also infamously dissed rapper Nas, who then dissed him back, and it's believed by many that the concept of diss tracks was introduced by these two musicians. The two started mentioning one another in their songs in the mid-90s and continued till 2001. This was when the 52-year-old New York-based rapper released his song Takeover. Nas responded with his diss track Ether. However, it looks like the two were able to work things out. In 2005, the Hate Me Now rapper made a surprise appearance at the Empire State of Mind Rappers Tour and even ended up singing to Def Jam's, which is Jay-Z's record label. Moving forward, Kanye West and Taylor Swift. The 2009 VMA moment when Kanye West interrupted Taylor Swift on stage is one for the history books. When West wouldn't let her finish her speech and stated that Beyoncé deserved the award, the whole world, including Barack Obama, thought he was the biggest douchebag ever. He did end up apologizing and all seemed well for a while. The Wildest Dreams singer even presented an MTV Video Vanguard Award at the 2015 VMAs to him. Full circle moment? Not really. In 2016, he released his song Famous, where he allegedly used Swift's name without her permission. At least that's what she said, until Kim Kardashian came into the picture. Pulling out video evidence and releasing it to the world, everyone ended up calling their favorite blonde pop singer a snake. But what's a Taylor Swift moment if she doesn't write a song about it? In this case, she wrote an entire album called Reputation, in which she talked about how he tried to ruin her reputation, but now she owns her snake persona. The feud was on and off till 2020, and at this point, we can't tell where the two stand. Wrapping it up with Biggie and Tupac. Probably one of the biggest feuds, and also unfortunately the most tragic one in music history, is the one between iconic rappers Tupac and Biggie. The feud ended up putting the East Coast and West Coast rappers against one another and ended up claiming their lives. It all began in 1994, when the Changes rapper was robbed and shot in the lobby of a recording studio where he was supposed to meet Sean Diddy and Biggie. The Big Papa musician claimed that they had known nothing about the entire event and did not have Tupac set up. It was never brought up by the All Eyes on Me rapper. That was until the release of Big's song Who Shot Ya, which marked the beginning of a rap war. Shakur then released multiple diss tracks in which he openly called out Biggie, while the Notorious Thugs rapper consistently denied having any knowledge about the shooting. The two never got around to repairing their friendship and were unfortunately shot and killed a few months after one another. That's a wrap for this video. What do you think about Cardi B's beef with City Girls JT? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. We'll see you in the next one.